Well, good evening, everybody. Jennifer Ferguson here with Artistic Painting Studio. And yeah, I'm normally not on this late, but working late tonight, trying to finish things up, trying to clean up my classroom, which is an absolute disaster right now. It seems like I've started projects and just keep leaving the big mess everywhere. So. Hi Emily, thank you for joining me, but I figured I'd just pop on here for a little bit and show you guys the details that I'm finishing up my flower pots that I started yesterday. Well, I didn't start both of them yesterday, but I worked on both of them yesterday here to show you guys some fun stuff, and I'm going to finish them up. So where I'm at right now is, hi Shelly. Okay, so here is the one that I did completely, okay, on here live yesterday. And this is gonna be my Halloween trick-or-treat candy jar, okay? So we don't get a tremendous amount of trick-or-treaters, but this is gonna be big enough for our house. So I'm gonna finish this one up by showing you guys some details. I'm gonna go ahead and stencil the rim, and then I'm gonna show you the little fun things that I always love to add. And then I'm gonna show you how I make a glaze, okay? And we are going to glaze this beautiful crackle, and good, I can see that you guys can see that really, really well. This cracked so incredibly beautiful, okay? Oh, thank you, Roxanne. Yes, there is a very sophisticated side to Jennifer, and then there is a very fun and whimsical and a little bit of a craft side, okay? Just say that I love to paint. And I don't discriminate against surface, okay? So I really don't care what my surface is. As long as I get to paint and create and have fun, I'm a happy girl. Hi, Diane. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to get going here so that I can show you guys what I'm doing, okay? And continue to comment if you guys would. And I'll make sure I answer you back. Okay. Well, I got that on the wrong side. To begin with, I put my tape on the wrong side. Oh, thank you, Shelly. Okay, so just a little bit of details, and I got to learn to not use that word so much. It's just like that mind break thing. My mind breaks and it says so. But I'm going to try not to say it as much. But I want to let you know, colors I use so far, okay, this is all Americana craft acrylics, okay, nothing fancy. Black is my base coat on the base section. Purple Wave, which I love, okay, is the rim and the complete inside. Hi, Donna. Hi, Sandra. And then I used, I didn't like either orange by itself, so I mixed them together as I was stenciling. And this is Orange, Flame, and Pumpkin. And one more color. Okay, so we have Hauser Light Green on the leaves. So that's my whole palette. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this fun little swirly design, and I'm going to put this around the rim section, okay? So I'm just going to position it to where I'm able to get all those swirls onto the rim. And somebody last night was asking, well, let's make sure I actually have them all on the rim, okay? Somebody last night was asking about using spray adhesive, and this is one of those times that I kind of do like the spray adhesive. And I also wanted to show you guys this because I'm only going to go so far because the taper of the rim section is a little strong for this size pot. So I'm going to show you how I kind of just make things work, and I think that helps so much when you're doing you know, a flower pot stencil, okay? Because like I said, I never created these to fit a perfect size pot. I was just trying to make them fit anything that was on the curve or I'm sorry, curved and tapered, and just make it easier. I'm using one of my stencil brushes, and you guys, you know, a good stencil brush is priceless, okay? And all I'm doing is picking up a little bit of paint, mixing it into my brush, and then I'm going to go over to my paper towel, and I'm going to do what seems like just take it all off. Hi, Kathy. Gosh, you haven't come and visited me in a long time, and I've seen you've been doing some really cute stuff. Kathy lives close enough that she can come over here. Okay, so the other thing I was talking about because the stencil has this little swirl design and it would be really easy for that to get moved, I did put a little bit of spray adhesive on the back side of the stencil. Okay, so the product I use is called Stick It, and we do carry this. It's wonderful, and I spray it. I let it sit for a few minutes. I don't spray it and put it directly on my project because it could leave a sticky residue. So spray it, fan it a little bit, give it a few minutes, and then apply it to your surface. But as I swirl on here, I don't have to worry about moving that stencil or keeping my finger right in position the whole time. That I can just swirl as much as I want, and every part of the stencil is going to stick to the surface, which is nice when you have a design that can move, okay? Just because the cut is swirling, and so if I didn't put adhesive on the back of it, it might actually just move a little bit as I was painting over it. And this will just make it simpler, okay? So this is kind of a two-part video, you guys. I started this last night and wanted to just come on here and finish this up so I could show you guys how adorable it is. It's not just adorable, it's stinking adorable, okay? And what a fun, you know, like I said, I'm going to use it as a candy dish for the trick-or-treaters, but I might use it as a centerpiece before even that, okay? I'll definitely get my money's worth out of it. And I'm joking because, you know, flower pots, I think I spent $5 on the flower pot. I don't even know if it was $5. By the time I buy the pot and the saucer, normally it's about $5. So let me lift this up so you guys can see. But isn't that cute? That is so adorable. And I kind of mixed and matched. I know I'm taking this stencil here, that is the rim section I'm using, is from a completely different stencil pattern than I'm using, than I used on the base, okay? So you can mix and match. I think there's probably, I'm gonna guess, but there's around 25, I think, different designs to choose from in the Flowerpot collection. And if you were not with us last night, all these Flowerpot stencils come in two sections. There is a section, and you guys can see how it's cut on a curve, okay, for the tapered shape, but it has a section for the base, and they always have a section for the rim. And they're different designs, and they're all kinds of fun patterns. I'll make sure to put the link on here so you guys can get right to the stencils on the website if you are interested in checking them out. But they're not only fun for doing flower pots, okay, that was the main reason I created this collection of stencils, is because I just thought the first time I tried to stencil a flower pot, I was extremely frustrated, okay? I was trying to take something that was either on a square or a rectangular shape and wrap it around something that was tapered. And it did not work really well, and out of my own personal frustration, I decided that, guess what, you know, we're going to create something and make this a whole lot easier. So that's normally when I tend to do things, is I always try to create something that normally is going to make my life easier, and sometimes hopefully makes your life easier as well. And like I said, I'm just using whatever part I need, whatever part kind of fits on here, and just moving around the rim, okay? So every time I load, I have to offload, if you guys are watching the technique here as I'm chit-chatting with you. But if you guys have any questions for me regarding the stencils, the project that I'm working on, I want to get all the way around the rim because I want to show you guys how I embellish. And I embellish with what I call la-di-da-dots. It's really fun just to give it a little bit more dimension and create some more interest in the background. And again, just adds, I think, to the whimsy factor, okay? This one here is going to have a high whimsy factor when I'm done. Well, hi Mary and Sandra. Thank you both for joining. Just having a fun evening over here. My other half is out of town for the weekend, and I always have a tendency to come to my studio and play and work when he's gone. It gives me extra hours, okay? And this girl right now kind of needs those extra hours. I have my first class that I'm teaching in my Roller Queen group tomorrow, and then next week we have a class coming into the studio for 3 days. So I have to get things organized and cleaned up around here. I have a tendency to make a mess and sometimes just kind of leave my mess until I desperately need to clean it up because I have to make room for something or there's another project that has to be done. But I still have a mess laying around from even when I taught my rust and patina workshop, and that was, I think, over a month ago at least. So I have to clean up that mess as well. But before I was cleaning it up, I decided to do one more rust finish. So I have, well, actually I got 2 more rust finishes that I'm working on right now. Oh, Roxanne, these are actually my designs, and you can go to my website and find hundreds of stencils. Let's see, did I? Oh, I moved the catalog, okay? I'll go grab it in a second, and that way I can give you an idea. Okay, so this is some of the stuff I like to show you guys. Okay, I'm to the end, and I only have this much of a gap, okay? So I got like an inch to fill in, and it's no big deal. I just grab whatever part of the stencil will basically fit there, and I'll be able to fit those 3 elements, and that's all I'm going to paint. So you can easily use these designs on any size flower pot and just make it work. I was telling everybody last night, I have done everything from big, you know, 10, 12-inch flower pots all the way down to really, really tiny little ones that were just like, you know, a couple inches tall. But isn't that cute? That just is perfect. I think that just adds to the whole Halloween whimsy we got going on. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that catalog real quick. Oops, quick. Let's see. I can use it as a fan as I'm coming back, okay? Oh, it still is getting stuffy in here. Okay, let me read this question here. Oh, Shelly, you can check it out, you know, and even if you join today, tomorrow, and you still will be able to see the video, even if you can't make the live. Let me put this up here so you can see my face as I'm talking. I guess I'm just fanning myself. And then in the group, you know, you guys have permanent access to all videos in that training group. So I train in there once a month. I teach you guys how to do a complete finish from first step to the end step, every single layer. They're done on full-size boards, so you guys are seeing the application. You get written instructions, product list. It's going to be great. So if you're interested, I'll put that link on here as well. So yeah, we are going to be doing our first training tomorrow in that group. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so I was going to show somebody my catalog, okay? You can tell I've got a whimsy side to me, definitely. But in here, and all of these are online on the website, is page after page, okay, of flower pot designs, okay? These are all cut on that curve. You can see all those fun ones that I've got there at the top. You can see how it's cut right here because it shows you that you got the rim and the base section, and they're cut on that curve, so they're easy to work with. And like I said, I designed them because of my own personal frustration that you just can't take something square and wrap it around something tapered. It just doesn't fit, okay, without cutting it up. Oh, thank you, Shelly. Yes, I I'm totally like, and still into my rust and patina. Like I said, I got this whole pile. I don't want to say crap, okay? But this whole pile of supplies that I have not put away. I still have dirty rollers from at least 3 to 4 weeks now that had just been wrapped in plastic, and I know it's just horrible practice, but I didn't want to put it away because I kept thinking I was going to do something else. I was going to do something else, and, you know, and then time gets away from you. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I manage my time well. I just have too many things to do. I need to delegate more. I also promised you guys last night, and I finally went and got one, that they work really well on buckets as well. Okay, so here is just a metal bucket. This is great for beverages. This would be great for a trick-or-treat bucket. If you have tons of trick-or-treaters and you need a big bucket of candy, this would be great as well. But they are just so much fun. And we have used them for ages around my house, because I want to tell you guys, I designed those stencils, okay, at least 15 years ago, maybe more. So I've been painting buckets and flower pots for a long, long time, okay? And I don't get tired of it. I have way too much fun with all of this. So I'll put some links on here for you guys if you're interested. And then also, last night I was going to do a giveaway, and all I was trying to do is you guys just had to like this video, share this video, and comment that you have shared it. And if I can get another 25 more shares tonight, I'll combine them with last night's video, and I'll still do a giveaway, okay? So I'll put everybody from last night and tonight into one big drawing, and I'll give away one of my Flowerpot stencils. So if you guys want to play along, have some fun, and still have a chance to win, make sure that you like, share, and comment that you shared, okay? Hi, Bobby. So great to see you here. And thank you, Betty. Thank you, Donna. Okay, so we have my adorable little pot, and I'm going to continue to play with this one, okay? And then I'll get to the glazing, because I'm in my whimsy mode right now. I just want to finish this one. Okay, so let's make sure that you can see this well. Okay, so the flowers on here are still just flat, okay? I didn't use the part of the stencil that would have actually put like the little dot in the center. So instead, I'm going to use my purple, okay, which is called Purple Wave. And I'm going to put a little petal on my palette. So I've got a big little, a big little petal. I got a little petal here that's probably spreading out to about a nickel size. And this is called an embossing tool. It has a larger ball on one end and a smaller ball on the other end. And I love to use this to make dots. Let's see, we got a question here. Claire. Yes, we send to Australia. Yes, we do. We send everywhere, okay? And we have a lot of international retailers, but I don't have anybody in Australia right now. I do have somebody in New Zealand, and we have in Ireland and Germany and Sri Lanka. So we do have quite a few, and I believe we got another new one coming on soon, we hope. And we've got at least 3 or 4 people in Canada. Okay, so all I'm going to do, so let me try this with both hands. Okay, so I want you guys to be able to see this well. Okay, I'm dipping into my puddle of paint and picking up paint on the end of the embossing tool. So I've got a lot of paint sitting on there. And all I'm going to do is drop it into the center of the flowers. Now I reload often because I want a nice round raised dot to add some dimension and a little character, okay, to those. Hopefully you can see them. And I'm hoping this is light enough color because I'm also going to put some dots on the background. So I'm going to test after I dot all the flowers. So these are just some of the fun little details I like to add instead of always using all parts of the stencil. And then it does give it a little bit more character. You have something that's not just flat and one-dimensional. Got a little second dimension to this, and the raised dots. Now the only bad thing about the raised dots It does take longer for them to dry, okay? So overnight before you'd be able to completely finish this off. And then I want to talk about finishing them off, because no matter if you're going to use this as a container and just use it for, like I said, I'm going to use it for candy. I might use it as a centerpiece decoration. I could line it with a napkin and serve treats, cookies, rolls, all kinds of things that you can actually use them for. We put them in the bathrooms, and they are a great container to hold all your bathroom stuff, makeup brushes, hair brushes, all that kind of stuff. So they really, really are fun and useful, okay? So I'm gonna test. I wanna see how well the purple actually looks on the black, because this is not the brightest of purples, and if it's too dark, I might go grab a little bit brighter one. And give me a second here, you guys. I'm gonna look back. Shelly, we could put a little glitter on there too. Oh, thank you guys for all the shares. You are so, so sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna test on the bottom, and this is always a place that you can test just to double check and make sure that you, okay. Actually, I think that's gonna show really well, so now I don't have to worry about it. Okay, now the same dots that I put on the flowers, I'm gonna scatter them in all the open space. And there is a little bit of a method to my madness. And as I get into a bigger area, I'll try to explain my method. So basically, I'm making a triangle shape with the dots, and continue to try to just make that triangle. So every time I'm adding a dot, I'm basically trying to extend the triangle. And it seems to give a nice spacing that's random, but also has a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't just look like you just crazily put dots around, okay? They just have a little bit of a rhyme and a reason for their spacing. And eventually I'll think of the word that I wanted to use, because, you know, there are times when I'm painting and I'm thinking and I'm talking, and the brain just doesn't always work as well as I'd like it to. But this right there is going to be so, so cute, okay? When I said stinking adorable. And you guys don't go away. Make sure you hang in here with me, because I am going to show you how to make a glaze, and we're going to glaze the flower pot that I had already started yesterday, and I put the Crackle Finish on, and that Crackle Finish turned out beautiful, okay? I can't even tell you how incredible that finish was. The cracking on it was perfect, okay? If you can ever have perfect crackle, I think it was just perfect. And I hope this looks as cute on the camera as it does here in person. These are so fun to make. I literally can sit here and do stuff like this for hours. Doesn't always accomplish a lot for me, but damn, I'm having fun, okay? Ununiformly. Yes, there's the word. Yes, thank you. A nice random application that's not uniform, but has a little bit of strategy to it, okay? So at least there is some kind of a spacing method. And there's times where I totally lose my triangle, but I don't worry about it, okay? I just stick another dot where I think it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and quit on doing this, because I'm sure that you guys have got this, okay? But it's addicting, okay? It's damn addicting. I just wanna do all my dots. And I know you guys are probably tired of watching me dot my flower pot, but once you start this, You guys will realize, okay, this is really addicting and fun. Okay, but you get the point, okay, so I can stop. But that'll have to dry overnight, and once it's dry, you're gonna top coat this baby. Yes, it is relaxing, okay? I always say I get lost in my stenciling. I mean, to me it's like almost brainless work, okay? I don't have to really think about what I'm doing because I've been stenciling for 30 years. So it's just relaxing, and I enjoy it so much. Oh yeah, isn't it crazy, okay? I mean, seriously, look how much character it adds. Okay, I'm gonna show you, oops, I gotta watch out. I got wet ones on the other side. Okay, so on this side here, I mean, it's cute, and the centers of the flowers at least have dots, but when you turn it around and you see that side, it's like, oh, it's just so much cuter, okay? So I'll finish that up, and I'll take a picture of it when it's completely done. But before I use it, okay, you're gonna have to top coat it. And use any top coat you have, you guys. The only time that I really worry about what top coat I'm using is if I think that the project could go exterior. If I was making like a flower pot and I didn't know if somebody was going to use it in their house or outside, I'd put an exterior varnish on it just in case, okay? Because that's the way it's going to hold up way better outside. So that is really the only time that I really worry about my, my top coat. But if you want a matte top coat, you want a satin top coat, you want a gloss top coat, you top coat that baby however you want, okay? Oh, Bobby, that is so sweet. I'll take that compliment from a 3-year-old. How fun. Okay, so yes, you guys, they're called La-Di-Da dots, okay? That's my name for them. I don't know if somebody else has named them anything else, but they're my La-Di-Da dots. And they are addicting, they are fun, and everything pretty much probably behind me that is like a flower pot has La-Di-Da dots on it. It adds character, okay? And I know I haven't finished. Let's see if I can unbury one of these without destroying it back here, okay? There's a whole lot of stuff back here and a whole lot of stuff leaning on things, okay? So let's make sure I don't have too big of an avalanche. When I do the saucers, okay, can you see how I put the dots all around the saucer and then I put ball feed on it? So the saucer has a little character as well, okay? And these are what are called ball knobs. We do sell them, but you have to call. I don't have them on the website. It is a ball that is flat on one side, okay, so that you can stick it to a flat surface. I didn't cut them. They come that way. And then you've got this adorable little pot that has its cute little saucer as well, okay? And you can see I put some La-Di-Da dots on this one as well. I did the center of the flower and the little 3 trio dots around the flower. Okay, now I might not be able to find a spot to put this back. Let's see. Okay, another project to clean up. So thank you guys. Okay, now we are going to move on. We're going to move on to the other flower pot. Now those are the same flowers that I used on the one I just showed you, okay? But this one here has this beautiful crackle finish. And like I said, if I don't do anything over the top of it, it just has this crystal clear crackle. And you can see it. You can see it well in person. And you could leave it like this, okay? You don't have to put any other color over the top. Now I haven't put anything on the rim yet because I haven't finished putting a clear coat over it. That is just how shiny the crystal clear crackle is when it's dry. Okay, so I did a little test and a little playing on the bottom where, you know, this is always my spot where I can test. So I decided instead of antiquing it and aging it and making it kind of umber, I'm actually going to create a glaze with the color of paint that I use. So the color that I stenciled with here is the color glaze I'm going to create. And I thought that would just be kind of cute and continue to do that beautiful color that it's not really so much a teal, it's kind of a blue teal, but it's really pretty. So I'm going to use desert turquoise, okay? I'm just going to use my craft acrylic. And let's see if we can find a clean plate here. So I'm just going to take my craft acrylic, and it's not going to take much paint, you guys. Let me go ahead and put this back down, okay? And remember, you guys, if you want to play along tonight and possibly win one of my Flowerpot stencils, like the video, share the video, and comment that you shared, okay? And if I can get 25 more likes tonight, I will do a giveaway. Okay, so I'm using, this is Modern Masters Furniture Glaze. It looks milky white, but dries crystal clear. And I'm just gonna pour some out on here, okay? And I don't need to make a ton of this. And I'm just cleaning up the rim, okay? It doesn't pour out nice and neat, so I normally always have my finger in the glaze. Oh, thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. Hi, Carol. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Okay, I had a brush. Where is my, there it is, okay. So I don't have to mix all of that in there, but all I'm doing is mixing my paint into the glaze and determining how much I need. So when you're mixing up a glaze, it's mainly glaze and a little bit of color. So I can test it first and see if I've got enough color. Now, if it's not enough, I can always go back, pour a little bit more paint on there, and mix that in as well. Just want to make sure I mix enough to do the whole flower pot, which it really won't take that much, okay? So this looks like it's probably strong enough. And again, you can just test it on the bottom and get an idea if that's enough color. And I think that'll be pretty, really, really pretty, okay? It's just gonna be subtle. So I'm going to brush it on. So how easy was that, you guys, okay? I always get all these people that are so scared to make their own glaze colors. And I'm thinking, okay, it's so easy. It's just not a big deal. Now what's gonna be my biggest deal is still trying to stay on the rim or on the base section because I didn't crackle the rim, okay? So I'm trying to brush this on, try to get it back to where you can see it. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when you're doing stuff on camera, the angle you have to do so that you can see well what I'm doing. It's not always the easiest angle to work from, okay? Let's see if I can move this around in my hand without dropping it. Oops. Okay, and I probably always smear a little extra up at that line. Okay, see, I didn't even use everything I made. That's how little amount of glaze it really takes. But the glaze is going to sit down in those cracks and bring out all my cracks so that you will be able to see them well. So once I have my glaze on, just a little bit of information, you guys, because you might not know much about a really good glaze. This glaze is fabulous, okay? It stays wet really long, which means that's good, okay? Because when we put our glaze on, we're putting it on something and then we're always gonna come back and manipulate it or take some of it off, basically. And I did not pour out, I don't even know if it was like a 1/4 cup, okay? I'm trying to put that together so you can see how much is left and how much I used. So I might have used, I don't know, not even 1/8 of a cup, okay? So that's how little. This is cheesecloth, you guys. It comes on a bolt. It pulls off in pre-cut little sheets. And I love using cheesecloth when I'm doing my glazing. And I normally will take 2 pieces and put it together so I got a little pad. And now I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna wipe off my excess, okay? And I'm using a real soft touch, you guys. I don't want to wipe everything off. I wanna make sure that I'm leaving it in the cracks, okay, and creating this beautiful cracked, looks like this good old China crackle, okay, and rub back as much or as little as I want. So if you guys have got questions, please ask, okay? I would just love for the fact that you guys will understand that making your glazes is just really easy. That's why I love, I carry a clear glaze, even in my Artsyville line, which is only like an 8-ounce bottle, so that it doesn't scare everybody instead of buying a whole quart. But you can mix a little paint, you can use colorants, you can, you know, mix your glaze colors several different ways. Okay, so this now, okay, it's not dry, so I'm going to try to find a place to hold it here. But that is going to give you a beautiful crackle, and the cracks then are the same color as we stenciled with. Look how pretty that is. Let me hold the camera back up. Sometimes the glare in here is not good when trying to show you guys something. So let me see if I can hold this here and give you guys a better shot. So now, when that dries, you'll be able to see the crackle so much better, okay? And you can use any color you want to do the cracking, okay? Now I chose the color of the stencil because I thought, okay, instead of making it age, because this is not an aged look, okay? It's whimsical, it's fun. I just wanted to do the crackle on top of it. That I figured sticking with the color that I'd already used on the pot would just be beautiful. If you were doing something a little bit more old world and wanted it to look old and aged, then I'd actually do what I call an umber glaze, okay? So let me share with you also, I got one here, okay? This is not the color I'd use, but these are also what are called our glazing cream colors. They're a tint. So this is the other thing that I tend to do most of my coloring with when I'm creating a glaze. But you saw how easy I used to craft acrylic, okay? Didn't use much paint, and I was able to create a beautiful turquoise glaze, custom glaze, guys, okay? So I really do think that's probably about all I was planning on sharing with you tonight. But I'm gonna finish my la-di-da dots. Okay, I'll sit here in peace and quiet and relax and paint my dots. And once my glaze dries, we'll take a great picture of this and also share it here on the video for you guys. So if you have any questions, I'll stick some links in here. Oh, Tanya, you want it? Which one do you want? You want my, you want this one? This one's called, I think this one's called the Rosy Posy stencil that's on it. I know, they're just so cute. So stinking cute, okay? Yes, I do have quite a few flower pots. I think I need to sell a few of these. My collection continues to grow, okay? But as you can see behind me, and hopefully you can, this one here is one of our brush holders, okay? So we got a ton of brushes in there. This one's just got rollers on it, but you know, we use them all over the studio for display and just to hold stuff, because you always need a container, okay? And these are sturdy. They won't fall over when you get too much stuff in them. So they do work great. But thank you guys for hanging out. And again, continue to like, share, and comment that you shared, so that if I get up to 25 more shares or more, I will combine both videos, okay? Meaning I'll make sure we take everybody entered last night and tonight, put all of your guys' names in one hat, and we'll come up with a winner for you, okay? So thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is, you know, fun to be around here actually on a Thursday night. Okay, so I guess I still got to go back and start doing some cleaning around here, because I really do have a big mess to take care of. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks again for hanging out. Bye.